So if Dr. Odedra learned at approximately 7:30 that there was an epidural hematoma here, you knew that information approximately 1 hour earlier, correct?
Again, I would have seen it and referred it to the radiologist.
About an hour earlier, right?
Less than that, but I guess. I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
Okay.
you testified that the study started at 6:31,
Okay.
correct? You testified that you saw what appeared to be an epidural hematoma within a few minutes of 6:31, correct?
Correct.
You testified that you believed the patient needed surgery when you saw that, right?
Yes.
And my question was, you knew that about an hour before Dr. Odedra did, if we can believe the medical record, that he was called at 7:30 p.m., correct?
Correct.
You don't remember picking up the phone and calling Dr. Odedra with that information, correct?
Correct.
You don't remember picking up the phone and calling the patient's ER nurse with that information, correct?
Correct.
You would agree with me that that's not always done at the hospital, right?
I would.
Meaning, oftentimes, you as the MRI technologist show up and the nurse is not educated and has not given the patient the form, correct?
Correct.
And if the nurse hasn't done that, the nurse has breached this policy. Fair?
Fair.
Okay. Let's go to the second paragraph. The transporter is responsible and accountable for making sure the screening tool has been filled out completely and for transporting the patient with an MRI safe oxygen tank if the patient requires oxygen. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. Hospital doesn't have any transporters, does it?
Not in radiology. No.
Okay, well, this is a MRI screening form policy, right? Okay. So in radiology, the hospital has no transporters.
Correct.
So rather than you cleaning up the suite, disinfecting it, the nurse educating the patient and getting them to fill out the screening form, and then the transporter being responsible and accountable for making sure this tool has been filled out completely, you're a one-man MRI technologist shop, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
So what that means is you have to disinfect the suite. You have to walk yourself to ER. You have to, oftentimes, hand the patient the form, educate them, get them fill it out, and review it. Then you have to bring them back. Correct?
Correct.
Takes longer than the policy says, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hospital doesn't have transporters. Not possible to comply with the policy, is it?
No.
You don't make the decisions as to whether or not the hospital employs transporters, do you?
No, sir.
It would make your life easier if it did, right?
Yes, sir.
Not your job to tell the nurses to do theirs, correct?
Correct.
It would make your life easier if it did, correct?
Correct.
And in a case where every minute counts, you would save time, wouldn't you?
Yes.